Hey there, Dani K coming to you from Dani K Gym and Wellness. Today's tip is another nutritional tip. Some people, yesterday I talked about sugars and carbs. Today, it kind of sparked up a conversation about fat. I've always told you, I continue to tell you that fat doesn't make you fat. It's the overconsumption of things that put the weight on you. And that's the thing that I try, and I have tried for 23 years to drill into people's heads. It's not about, sugar-free or carb-free or fat-free. Your body needs those things, not over-consuming those things, but your body still needs those things. Just like fat, your body needs fat. So, good fat, and in moderation, some of the bad fats, shit's gonna happen. We're human. But when you start looking at, fat-free products, when it's fat-free, they tend to either put more chemicals in it, or, they pump it, with sugars and just crap to make it taste good. They're taking the fat out, so they have to put something back in to make it taste good. So when you read the label, you look at the label. And, I'd much rather you, and I tell this to every single person that I sit down and do a meal plan with, I'd much rather you choose the full fat version of whatever it is, whether it's a salad dressing, well, I don't like the milk thing, but, organic milk is good. But the full fat versions of things, and just in smaller quantities. So, then you're watching the intake of that. When it's fat-free or, sugar-free or whatever, we tend to, say, oh, it's free, so there's no calories. Yes, there's calories. There's maybe more calories. Well, there's not more calories in that product, but we tend to eat more calories because we think it's fat-free. Ooh, So just because it's fat-free doesn't mean that it's good for you. One. Two, look at the label, compare that product, that fat-free product, with the full fat version of that product, and check out the sugar, the carbs, and other chemical ingredients that might be in there to make it taste good, so that, because they've pulled the fat out, to make you think that you're trying to eat, a healthier version of something. So definitely, the label is so important, and the label can be tricky, and I've done a couple of videos on that. Search it out, DKNYKNIGHT on YouTube, my Dani K Daily Tip of the Day. Just scroll through. I've got, a whole shit ton of information there. But it's the misconception, and and they feed off of that. They want you to pick, they're trying to make their product good by saying it's fat free, so they're trying to feed into those people that are dieting. But I've always said, if you have like fat-free cookies and you have a box of Oreo cookies, 9 times out of 10, people, if they're on a diet, and they're trying to lose weight or whatever, they're going to say, oh, it's fat-free, I'm going to choose this option. But how many of those fat-free cookies are you going to eat because it's fat-free? You think that in your mind, you're thinking calorie-free. Well, it's not calorie-free. So, and with the Oreo cookie, how many cookies of those Oreos would you eat? You might snag one and feel like, oh God, I feel so guilty, I shouldn't have eaten that one. Well, one or I think 2 Oreo cookies are, I can't remember the calorie thing, but if you limit yourself because it's a fat, there's fat in there, or it's a bad option or whatever, it's actually a better option. But when you think, oh my God, an Oreo versus fat-free cookies, if I have, these Oreo cookies, but you'll limit yourself because that it's a bad choice. So you have just that one, and you're like, okay, I can't have any more. But with the fat-free kind, you tend to eat 2 and 3 and 4, and then you look, somebody says something, or you think, oh, I wonder how many calories I just ate. And you look at it and you're like, holy shit, I just ate like 175 calories or 200 calories or whatever it might be, versus that one Oreo cookie that might be 70 calories or, or 50. I can't remember exactly what an Oreo cookie is. I can't remember. Because I only eat them on cheat day, and on my cheat day, calories don't count. Bam! Anyway. So, you know, read the label, and my, always, when I'm sitting down and doing a meal plan with all of my clients, I'm always stressing the fact to use the full fat version, because there's less chemicals in it. There's, you know, and then you think that it's a bad option, so you choose a smaller portion, a smaller quantity of that. You know, so don't let that fat-free or that sugar-free or that carb-free, you know, thing, you know, fool you. You know, there's crap in there that, you know, chemically is not good for the body. I mean, there's chemicals in there that just is not good for the body. And definitely, you know, if it's got shelf life, and I've always said this, if it's got shelf life, it's going to have body life, it's going to have belly life. So we need to tend to choose those more, you know, those smarter choices without those chemicals. You know, something that, you know, might only last 2 or 3 days is way better, you know, like in your refrigerator on your shelf, is way better than something that's going to last, you know, a couple of weeks or a couple of months. So, you know, think about that, you know, the next time you're looking at your label and you're thinking about fat-free options versus your full fat options. Just remember, you know, that your body does need carbs, good carbs, you know, and moderation of bad carbs. It does need sugars. It does need fats. And, you know, I mean, moderation of those things, obviously, there's still limits on things. Sodium, your body needs sodium, but there's still a limitation on those things that you need. Everything in moderation. Don't deprive yourself of something, because that throws your body into a tizzy, and then you're going to crave and want, and you know, you're going to go overboard. So, you know, read the label, and make those smart choices. You know, check out that fat-free version versus the full fat version. Look at the ingredients, and you know, a lot of times key is in the ingredients. If you can't read the word, don't buy the product. So stay in tune, stay informed, stay motivated. Bye.